Good morning, y'all. It's actually Friday morning. It is March 31st, the last day of the month, and I'm doing a video today because I'm going to be super busy on Sunday morning, so I thought I'd show you what I've been doing here. But my name's Rachel. I'm gardening for butterflies and for myself on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And today is going to be gorgeous. It's already 68 degrees. It feels great out here. The birds are singing. And I've got a lot of things that I'm going to be doing today in the garden. But I've been doing some things already. So I'm going to show y'all. I've been getting the things that are in pots and planting them in the ground and bringing them out here and putting other stuff in them. So I have, it's funny because I've got 3 spiky grasses on each side. And maybe it's too much, I don't know, but I'm loving it right now. That Carex Everillo is actually my favorite, this one right here. I just love the brightness of it. And this is supposed to grow tall. I'm just feeling like it's kind of bland compared to this Carex. And then I've got this pink stuff, which it should grow tall. Like last year it was like 4 feet tall. So these things may not even be able to stay here. I have given this little globe basil its very own pot because it got about 2 feet wide last year. So I'm hoping that it'll grow out. I've also got globe basil in this, and I've put some piddly. These pots are really piddly because the zinnias have been eaten to pieces, but I've got some Thai basil and then some kind of that grass in the back. So these look sad. Maybe they'll get better. I don't know. And then one year I had a Salvia leucantha growing right here, and it was the best one ever. This is its favorite spot. It grew like 4 feet wide, 4 feet tall. I mean, it was massive. So I've decided to put another one there, and some little globe basil seeds must have fallen in the pot. So I'm gonna let them grow. We're gonna see what happens with that. But I've been having some really cool adventures in the garden. I'm gonna have to like sit down and tell y'all about them. I'm so thankful for all these roses that are coming out. I think that one is a generous gardener, but you know what, it could be James Galway because I've got them both right here and they've kind of intermingled. But these colors are just so fun. I put the Nasturtium down at the end. I'm going to change that soon because I got an interesting plant. I'm going to show you. I'm going to clear out one of my pots and I'm going to put this in here in the pot. Isn't this pink so pretty? So this I got at Streets in Fairhope, Vanessa Bicolor Pink Verbena. And then this is Diamond Snow Euphorbia. And I may have one of these. I think I've got Diamond Frost, I know, but I think one of them, and see the difference. I'm going to take it over there and show you what the difference between a Diamond Frost and a Diamond Snow is. Okay, see the difference? This is Diamond Snow, and the one on the right is Diamond Frost. And this Diamond Frost Euphorbia probably needs to be repotted. You can see it's got a lot of yellow leaves in there. It's probably root bound, and but it has done so well. And look how big it gets. And do you see how big this pot is? I think this is like a 16-inch pot. So I didn't know how vigorous it was going to grow when I bought it. But see the difference between the Diamond Snow. Wow, I gotta make noises when I bend down. So I'm excited about this Diamond Snow. I'm gonna this. Okay. Oh yeah. You know what? Let's do this. Because I think this must be Diamond Snow. I think it is. And it's in a smaller pot, and it seems to have been okay with that. But you know what? I would recommend putting a Diamond Snow in a 16-inch pot if I was going to do it again. Now, with those Blew My Mind Morning Glories right here, these I took out and I cut them in half and I repotted them. That's why they don't look super thick and lush anymore. And then I planted them out in the ground And so far nothing has dug them up. But you know, whenever I dig a hole in my garden, I do dig up grubs, and that is what armadillos are after. So I can see why an armadillo would love to come to my garden. Now, I have not seen any evidence of armadillos in a while, so I'm very thankful for that, but I'm not banking on it. But just look at this nasturtium. That's not going to be there. I'm going to put it somewhere else because, you know, orange, that's not the color. But that's where I'm going to put that euphorbia. Things seem to be living. These are just all things that were in pots that I needed more space for. So I'm going to fill in more of these gaps with other things from this area over here, because I got to have these pots for other stuff. The dahlias, or these right here, are looking incredible. And you know what? I just can't bring myself to cut. I know they said to, but look at this. And they said there's one central stem. Well, look, I've got 3. I'm not going to cut them. I'm not. I mean, if I only get 3 really awesome blooms from that, then I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to be happy with that. But there have been things that have been snacking on them. The army worms have been out of control. Now, y'all, this is the lavender that I saw evidence that it will grow here, because I saw it at Cornucopia and it was alive in the ground. But this is the kind it is. It's this Aromatica Blue Improved Lavender. And I've done something here. Hopefully it's different. I can't remember if I've tried this before or not. So this is what I've done with this. I mixed in grit with the potting soil and rocks. And so it's grittier, less soggy. And then I mulched it with rocks. So I'm hoping that this lavender will live, but I will keep y'all updated. I bought this salvia last year, this right here. And I had it in a pot with other things, and it didn't do well, and I put it in the ground and gave up on it. And then later, when it still lived longer, here's another one. I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to give it another chance, and I've given them their own pots, and that apparently is what they needed. They didn't want to share. They needed their own space and to be treated very special. So that's what I've done. But I was going to tell y'all, I was thinking about it this week. If somebody said there's only one kind of plant you can have in your garden, just one, what would it be? And I would have to pick salvia, because they love living here on the Gulf Coast. I have 6 different kinds of salvias, and I've seen hummingbirds drinking out of all of them. They love them. The butterflies love them. Everybody loves a salvia. So I was going to show you which salvias I love. Also, I wanted to show you how crazy this is. So these salvias that are in these big pots, I thought they were both Amistad. But no, look at this. One is Amistad, that dark purple. And then this one is black and blue, as you can see. Black and blue right here. And then purple for the Amistad. So I didn't realize that they could grow in the same height and shape. I thought only Amistad grew like that. So my other experience with the black and blue has been that it's low growing to the ground and kind of spreads, and it spreads under the ground. But this one has changed my whole mind about it. So there's the Salvia leucantha with its darling velvety blooms. And then the Mystic Spires with its giant blooms. And it blooms all the time. Oh, that's what I love about salvia, because it just blooms and blooms and blooms. And I've got the Amistad right there. Or Amistad. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. And then this one that I was just telling you about. And I don't know its name. But that's another salvia. Of course, the coral nymph salvia, everybody loves it. Actually, that's I would have to say that's my favorite. But here's a better example of the coral nymph salvia. Just And it looks so great with the diamond frost euphorbia. I mean, they pair so well together. And see, this is kind of my experience with the black and blue salvia. It's kind of low growing, it's kind of spready. Here is a little thing where it's about to bloom. So that's kind of what and it's got really big clunky roots too. Oh, and here's something cool. There is a hummingbird right now. Oh, actually drinking from the nasturtium. So do you see him? Do you see him down there? Isn't he adorable? So yeah, they love nasturtium also. But if I only had one choice of one plant to get, there it is, I would pick salvia. The other thing is you can super easily propagate them, so you can have a jillion of them super cheap and easy if you have patience. So salvia is huge bang for your buck. Also this week I've done a thing, and I didn't want it to look tacky. I've got bags of potting soil and everything around, but I wanted you to see this, and I don't have enough time to clean up all this stuff. But I've got 4 gardens in a pot. I wanted to have these things growing close to me so that I could just look over and see a hummingbird or a butterfly. And I was going to show you what I've got in all of them. I've tried to make them equal. And what I did is I put stuff that I have started from seeds in here. There are a lot of them that I don't have any previous experience with, so I don't know how big they're going to get. I mean, I guess I could have read the seed packet, but what's the fun in that? I like some mystery, you know? So purple stock, no telling how big it's going to get. Now this is Thai basil. I do know how big that'll get. And then this is aster, and I don't remember what color. So I'm thinking this is going to be like purple and blue and maybe pink, because right here I've got blue daisy. I don't know. There's no telling. I mean, it's blue, but whatever. Nigella. Now I know how big Nigella gets. So this pot could get some really crazy. Oh, and this right here is obedient plant. I know that gets big too. So what I'm hoping is that all this stuff will grow well, and they'll just all kind of duke it out, and it'll just be a massive, just crazy bush of a garden, tiny garden. I also plucked some little pieces of sedum and put them in around the edges, so if they want to grow and kind of flow out from the pot, they can. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening here in this circle. And eventually, for cold weather, the 2 days that we have it, we're going to have a little, what do you call that thing? Oh, a fire pit. So, yeah, that's going to be like that, and the view will be like this. And I'm hoping we can string some lights over this and just make it really cozy and fun to be out here in the evening. So I was sitting here the other day, and I saw an armyworm in this kind of gross, grassy, weedy area right here. And I got it, and I killed it, and I was just feeling a little bit defeated about the armyworms, because there's a jillion of them out here. But then I noticed some wasps, and it looked like they were attacking something, and I videoed it, and I'm going to show you what it was. And I couldn't tell without my glasses on what exactly was happening, but when I went back and watched the video, it turns out that those wasps, and one of them at least is called a paper wasp, they were eating the armyworms and attacking them. So it's super cool that God has made a way to control the armyworm population. But you know what? I've been watching the wasps, and they're kind of dumb. Like, they don't go where I know the armyworms are. And they're also looking for my butterfly caterpillars, and I'm going to show you if there's one still here. So do you see this little husk of a caterpillar? This was an eastern black swallowtail caterpillar, but it looks like the wasps have gotten to it and sucked its juices out, and it's dead. So the wasps can be your friend, but also they can be your enemy, and that's why whenever I do see caterpillars for butterflies, I will bring them in, but I wasn't going to be able to raise these. I wasn't going to have time for it. But I'm going to keep my eye out for them and start to rescue them, because the wasp will get to them first. Here's a little update on this garden in a pot. It's got a little more color since the zinnias popped out, and the Salvia leucantha's got a little bloom on it, and the blue-eyed grass isn't open right now. This agastache does get crazy. I can't wait for it to bloom. It's gotten so crazy that it's like shading out the passion flower vine. It's having to go on the back side of the fence. The monarch caterpillars have gotten giant, and I've got 3 that are about to turn into chrysalises. See how they're hanging in this J form? Now this one decided to make a chrysalis on a stalk of milkweed, which is not ideal. It's so funny because I was like, oh, they're gonna make their chrysalises on the top of this cage. Well, they've done a couple of goofy things, like this one did this, and then this one, it's going to make a chrysalis, and it is at the top of the cage, but it's right on the edge where the actual cover needs to go. And then this guy over here has just worn me out. What is he thinking? Why? He's on the side of the thing. And here's the problem with that. When he starts to come out as a butterfly, and he's hanging there, and he's trying to pump fluid into his wings, well, he could get it like caught on the side of the cage. So I might have to hang that, well, like this, I'll show you. Hang it from something so that when he does come out, he won't touch the side of the cage. But as you can see, I've got a few that are in different stages of size and growth, and I've got to get them some more milkweed because they have stripped it. This is a color combination that I can see from the kitchen window that I'm loving so much. This Dusty Miller with this Salvia, and then this Desdemona Rose, and this white Mexican Heather. Just all 4 things of this together. Oh, and then the Duranta too. All 4 of these things, the colors and the textures, they just look so lovely. Oh, they're making me so happy. I thought I'd video it from this direction too. They had, last time I was at Cornucopia, they had that white, this is it right here. This is the white Mexican Heather. And I should have gotten more of it because I do really love it. And the Nasturtium. These are the trailing nasturtium, or maybe they're called climbing nasturtium. But they're just looking so sweet today. I think I planted them out from seed. I think it was like November or October. I'd have to go back and look at the video to remember. Look at this massive spider that is on my porch. You can see its eyes. Here's my hand. I don't know if, hopefully it won't, oh, okay, it can see me. It can see me and it doesn't like me. But let me just tell you, it is about 3 inches long. So here's how big it is. That's how big the spider is. Remember how I said that these probably need to be repotted or cut in half? Well, one of them I'm about to cut in half, and I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, so I popped this out of the out of the pot, popped it out, and I'm going to take just a regular old bread knife, and I'm going to cut it in half, probably down this way. You can see it's super, yeah, it's just root bound. I'm going to cut it in half, put half of it back in the pot, and plant the other half in the ground. So this is what it looks like cut in half. It's super dry. I mean, I ran the sprinkler this morning, but I didn't water each container, and that's usually what I do during the summer, because you can see the center of it is dry, and I ran the sprinkler for probably about an hour. It didn't help at all. It just barely kept it limping along. Thank y'all so much for joining me on my garden tour today. I am loving finding out what y'all are doing in your gardens. It is so fun. Y'all are wearing me out though. I mean, my goodness, the starting with the seeds and the planting all the things, I just feel like I'm really far behind when I hear what y'all are doing. I'm just like, where do they get all this energy in this time? It's crazy. But I am loving it because it's really inspiring me. Y'all inspire me and push me on, and it's really great. I think that's what's good about having gardening friends, because you can inspire each other and help each other, and it's just a really great gardening club. Well, God bless y'all. Y'all have a great week. Bye.